time now is 9:30 a.m.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Whale News. I'm Ben.
And I'm Jerry.
Today we'll be discussing the topic of green lifestyle in Singapore. Question is green lifestyle in Singapore a ruse or a reality?
Duh, of course it's a reality.
What makes you so sure? And that is the topic that we'll be discussing today. First, what is lifestyle in Singapore like?
Well, we eat, we shop, we watch movies, travel, and of course getting my beauty sleep.
Well, with that being said, let's look into the lives of people in Singapore and see if we are really green. For our first topic on food consumption, we have reporter Veronica on the ground. Veronica, please.
We are here today at La Pasar Market to find out more about the consumption habits of people in Singapore. Let's look around and peep into their plates.
I usually cannot finish all my food as the portion given is just too much. I mean, wouldn't it be weird if I were to ask for chicken rice without rice? And I'm trying to stay away from carbs in my diet.
Cannot finish that.
Usually when he's around, he will finish up all my food for me as he's never full.
Another interview was conducted at a private event. Let's go and look at the eating habits of people in a buffet setting.
I normally just take those that look nice and try, and of course the expensive ones. And if it turns out to be bad, then I'll just leave it aside.
It's always better to have more food for the guests. It will look bad for me if I don't have enough food for my people. So I order for more people than I have today.
But it seems like people are wasting food because the food is too much or it's not too done liking. This is reporter Veronica signing off.
Thank you, Veronica. Statistics have shown that about 788,000 tons of food were wasted in Singapore in 2014. That's around the same as being able to feed 22,000 people for their entire lifetime.
Wow, that's absurd.
Yes, indeed. So we should stay mindful of the amount of food we order on a daily basis. Probable start points will be carrying reusable lunch boxes to work or to school, to refrain from throwing leftovers and raising the option to consume it within the day.
Now moving on to the next topic. Shopping!
My favorite pastime is shopping! Shopping!
Shopping! Shopping!
Shopping!
Being one of the most vibrant shopping hubs in Asia with hundreds of shopping centres, Singapore is a shopping paradise for many.
I don't like to be seen wearing the same clothes over and over again, so I like to buy new clothes and take OOTD. It's very in trend now, you know.
Fashion consumption is going at a rate that sometimes we wonder if we need so many different clothings. Many of us forget the use of plastic that came with the packaging and where the excess clothing goes to when we throw them away. Textile and leather alone contributes 141,000 tons of waste disposed in Singapore in 2014. Next, we will touch on grocery shopping in Singapore.
The National Environment Agency of Singapore launched its first Bring Your Own Bag Day on 18th April 2007. On every first Wednesday of the month, the initiative encourages customers to bring their own reusable bags when patronizing supermarkets, as 10 cents will be charged for every plastic bag used. A report on April this year states that FairPrice has saved more than 46.5 million plastic bags since the start of the scheme, and 10% on-year increase in plastic bags saved at its stores have been observed.
But does this really reflect the improvement in habits of using plastic bags in Singapore? The Singapore Environment Council has released a study that Singapore uses 3 billion plastic bags a year. Hence, comparing the 46.5 million savings in plastic bags to the 3 billion bags used per year, does it not seem insignificant?
I get all these plastic bags to maybe contain my rubbish at home. If not, how do you expect me to contain them?
Recycle bags are so ugly. I'd rather pay the 10 cents for it.
Oh no, I don't need a bag. It's just a small item. I can hand carry it.
As you can see, majority of customers are still using plastic bags despite the initiative. Those who are doing without the plastic bags are doing so not for environment's sake, but rather for convenience or cost.
Yes, certainly. A common practice we should adopt during shopping is trying not to take new plastic bags when we already have one from the previous shop that we patronized. We could turn down the shop's offer for a new plastic bag and put the item in the one we were already carrying.
Aside from the use of plastic bags, do people practice green lifestyle at home? Let's take a look at a video produced by students of NTU, which reminds us of how a typical person can change his daily habits to practice green lifestyle at home. From this clip, we can see how much resources is wasted due to our lack of conscious effort to save the environment.
Now, let's go for a quick commercial.
Where got time for commercial break? Overrun already.
Okay, fine. So moving on to the recreational aspect. Is Singapore a clean city or a cleaned city?
MP for Nee Soon GRC, Mr. Patrick Tay, commented in his opening address during Ngee Polytechnic's Cleaners Appreciation event on their Low-Wage Workers' Day 2014 that Singapore is more of a cleaned city than a clean city. It can be seen that after concerts and events, litter can be found scattered on the ground and not being disposed of properly. This misconduct has been continuously observed all year round.
However, there are occasions where people are considerate to pick the rubbish after the event. An example will be after the Workers' Party rally event in the recent general elections, where the attendees were observed clearing the litters left on the field after the event.
Yes, and this supports Mr. Patrick Tay's statement that Singapore is a cleaned city rather than a clean city. And the ones clearing the litter are not the ones who littered.
So, this boils down to each individual's responsibility to take ownership of their own actions. We should all work together to make a cleaner and greener environment for us to live in. After all, it's our living space that we are talking about. On the next topic of transport, the Singapore government has been adopting a two-pronged approach that is to encourage the use of public transport and discourage private car ownership. The greater accessibility and convenience of public transport today makes ownership of vehicles dispensable. Public transport is the greenest way to travel when you consider the distance and the number of people travelling.
Initiatives like the Early Rider, Travel Early, Travel Free, and Travel Smart Rewards attract more people to use the public transport. At the same time, policies to discourage the ownership and usage of private transport have been implemented. Some of the deterrents includes the high COE prices and road tax and the high petrol prices. The Singapore's vehicle population has shrunk for the first time in more than 10 years, with car numbers showing the sharpest drop. The LTA statistics showed that the total vehicle population stood at 971,871 at end June, and is down by 0.2% from 974,170. The private car cohort shrank by 0.4% to 604,633 from 607,292. The motor industry watchers attribute the rare contraction, the first since 2012, to the small supply of Certificate of Entitlement, the COEs.
Although the numbers have fallen, it had been increasing for more than 10 years, with a 33.6% increase from year 2004 to 2014. On balance, this fall in 10 years is something new and is a positive start to future successes in the green initiatives.
So, Jerry, after all these discussions, do you still feel that green lifestyle in Singapore is a reality? Thank you everyone. This is Whale News. See you tomorrow.
Action.
Good morning. This is Whale News. Good morning. Welcome to Whale News. I'm Ben. Good morning everyone. Welcome to Whale News. I'm Eugene.
Let's look around and we are here today at Pasar Market to find out more about the consumption habits of people in Singapore. We are here today at Pasar Market to look
I mean, only if I want to ask for chicken rice without chicken. And I'm trying to stay away from carbs in my diet.
Why is she laugh?
I mean, only if I want to ask for chicken rice without chicken. And when he's around, he usually fills up my food. He's never full. I usually cannot finish all my food. When he's around, he will usually finish up all my food. Usually when he's around, he'll finish up my food for me, as he's never
Another interview was conducted at a private event. Let's go and look at the eating habits of people at the trade. Another event was another event.
Initiatives like the Early Rider, Travel Early, Travel Free, Travel Smart Rewards Right, what?
The greater accessibility and convenience.
As you can see, majority of customers are still using plastic bags despite the initiative. Oh no, accent wrong. As you can see, majority of customers are still using plastic bags. I need to move. Overrun already.
Fine.
You're okay, fine too far.
So moving on to the next recreational aspect. Is Singapore a clean city or a cleaned city?
Not next recreational aspect, just recreation.
So moving on to the next
Hey!
So moving to the next recreation.
I give you one more chance. I will look at you when the part comes okay? You better remember no next.
So moving on to the recreation.
Hey!